Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I intended this to be a live video, but for some reason my channel doesn't meet the eligibility requirements. I don't know what's up. I've been on there for over 12 years now, but I can't go live. Grabbed a couple movies at the Dollar Tree. There's a lot more there. I want to go and look at that here soon, but not many I didn't actually have. I don't know if they got new stuff from now, but from the last time I went. But I grabbed two more. This one's called The Takedown. Another UK title. Don't know much about it. Came from Echo Bridge. And this one I got because it has Fat Joe in it. Fat Joe, Alanis Morissette. Yeah, Alanis Morissette. Well, you know, you're here first. Alex Masonette, James Denono. It's called Checkmate. Alright, get these movies at the Dollar Tree. I intend to review them at some point here soon. I also went to the comic book store here and got a couple different things I'd like to show you. I finally got the Future State Gotham #1. This is the variant. This is a variant. So black and white. It's a black and white variant. I like it very much. It was that one, and yeah, no, the rest of them were just dollar comics I had found, but I had grabbed Justice League of America. This is number 175. This is the New Titans #1. Spawn #1. I think I might have this somewhere, but not this. Savage Dragon. And Flash Rebirth. Covers the movies, that covers the comics. Free Comic Book Day at Isle of Comics on 56 West Southern Ave, South Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Will be August 14th, Saturday, 2021 here. Be from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. They got the Archie artist Dan Parent and Marvel artist Darren Ock for a meet and greet. And there's going to be additional guests, Jason Lennox, Brian Allen, Mike Hunter, and more to be announced. Leonard's Backyard Bistro is going to be down there. I'm definitely looking forward to that, August 14th. Free Comic Book Day. And I got some wrestling stuff I want to talk about. Before I get into that, I also got some shirts from Pro Wrestling Tee. I just blacked everything out, but I like the bag. Macho Man on it. Colt Cabana. Their bags are always awesome. Let's see here. I figure I'm going to throw the bag away, but I might keep it. Oh, look at this freaking strong guy. First one, oh, I like that. I like a shirt with a nice big graphic on it, and that's what this is. My dude, my man, my main man, soon to be, hopefully soon, X Division champ again, Ace Austin. That freaking shirt's awesome. Oh, that's his autograph too, huh? Can show you here. I did have a card from back in the day with his. And now this was a different one. This is super nice too, and I paid extra for the shirt. It was one of the options. I paid a little bit extra to get the soft shirt or whatever. And this one also has a really nice big. The design covers the whole shirt. And at Liberty Rising, he had gotten injured, and even had a speeding ticket getting to the hospital to get the injury looked at. So I really appreciated him coming to Williamsport, and it was a real bummer that he had gotten injured. And I just hope that he comes back and back to our town. But he's definitely coming back to wrestling. But that's Sean Phoenix, Keystone State Dude Core. Him and Ziggy, I do believe. So yeah, I like that. Both shirts here. Yeah, that's the thumbnail, brother. Anyway, the main meat of this video is I wanted to talk about the last week of wrestling here. I wanted to get back into the swing of things and start covering wrestling again a little bit. I had chosen out of the umpteen shows that are on throughout the week. You can literally pick every day. There's wrestling, but I choose to cover AEW, Impact, because they're right now pretty much, directly related, directly involved with each other. AEW, Impact, NXT, because I started covering stuff like NXT, so I thought, I'd really like to continue covering NXT no matter what. So AEW, Impact, and NXT. And even with that, I got enough with this past week. And I don't want to take too long to cover it. But anyways, AEW Dark Elevation this past week would have been, the 7th. Yep, the 7th. In this one, Rochelle Chanel, I might be butchering that name, took on Jade Cargill. Jade won that one. Liam Grant and Adrian Aldonis took on Santana and Ortiz. Santana and Ortiz won that one. Scorpio Sky beat Trevor Reed. Trevor Aeon and Kennedy Blake took on Brian Cage and Powerhouse Hobbs. Brian Cage and Powerhouse Hobbs won that one. This one's the one where Evil Uno took on Danny Limelight. And this was his first singles match, Evil Uno. And Evil Uno took that one. And then we had Ethan Page taking on Mike Seidel. Ethan Page won this one. Then we had the Acclaimed took on Alan Five Angels and Alex Reynolds. The Acclaimed won that one. Chris Statlander took on Queen Aminata. Chris Statlander won that one. We had J.D. Drake and Ryan Nemeth took on the Varsity Blondes. The Varsity Blondes won that one. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. And then we had Sheeta took on Diamante, and Sheeta won that one. I'm just making sure I wasn't covering the wrong AEW. Then we had with that one, my favorite match was Evil Uno versus Danny Limelight. Then we had AEW Dark Elevation. AEW Dark. That was AEW Dark Elevation. This is AEW Dark. We had Lance Archer taking on Zicky Dice. Lance Archer took that one. Matt Hardy then hired Angelico and to take out Christian Cage later on in the night. Then we had Willow Nightingale versus Abaddon. Abaddon won that one. This is really good. It was Cyrus versus Cesar Bononi. Cesar won that one. Angelico versus Matthew Justice. Angelico won that one. We had Natalia Marcus versus Tay Conti. Tay Conti won that one. We had JP, and Tommy Daly, also known as the Graysons. Long time on the indie scene, versus the Chaos Project. Chaos Project won that one, but it was a very good match. Then we had Ariel Dominguez versus Marco Stunt. This is some that you might have seen on MLW. Ariel was on MLW, I do believe, for a long time. And Marco won that one. We had Aaron Solo versus Sonny Kiss. Aaron picked that one up. We don't know where the heck... Well, we do know where the heck... excuse me, the bad boy Joey Janela was, and he was at the Nip Factory. We had Nyla Rose versus Misa Kate. And Nyla Rose picked that one up. We had Bear Bronson versus QT Marshall. QT Marshall picked the win up on that one. We had Keith Strait, Dan Darby, and Justin Law versus Dark Order's number 10, Stu Grayson and Colt Cabana. Dark Order won that one. Had Big Swole and Kylan King taking on the Sea Stars. Really another good one. Big Swole and Kylan King picked that one up. And then on for the main event, we had Mike Seidel versus Dante Martin, and Mike picked that one up. But my main one out of here was the Angelico versus Matthew Justice match. And Matthew Justice, you might have known from GCW. Then we had the NXT before TakeOver at Your House. We had Austin Theory versus Oni Lorcan. Oni Lorcan picked the win up on there. You had Killian Dane versus Isaiah Swerve Scott. Killian, I do believe, picked up the win there. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. I didn't write the winner down there. What the hell? We have Mercedes Martinez versus... I didn't get her name, but Mercedes won that one. We had the Grizzled Young Vets versus August Gray, and I shouldn't have wrote this with marker. But the Grizzled Young Vets won that one. Then we had Dakota Kai versus Ember Moon. And Ember Moon, picked up the win there via disqualification. My main one out of that one was the Austin Theory versus Oni Lorcan match. Next up here we got Impact. The Impact before Against All Odds. We had Rosemary taking on Havoc. Rosemary picked up the win there. They had Tasha Steelz versus Kimber Lee. Tasha Steelz picked up the win there. We had Trey Miguel and Petey Williams versus Chris Bay and Rohit Raju. And Trey Miguel and Petey Williams picked up the win there. We had Joe Doring versus Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards picked up the win. And then for the main event, we had Willie Mack versus W. Morrissey. Was that? No, it wasn't Willie Mack versus W. Morrissey. Yeah, it was. Let me check that out because... Oh, okay, yeah, it was Willie Mack versus Morrissey. I thought that for some reason his debut was at Against All Odds. Excuse me. But W. Morrissey picked up the win there with Willie Mack. Then we had the Friday Night Dynamite. See, things were a little bit screwy because it was on Wednesday now. Nothing's on Wednesday. It was a Wednesday Night War. Now is just a Friday for now. And then was this not this weekend, but next weekend it's going to be on Saturday. But on that Dynamite, we had Angelico versus Christian Cage. Christian Cage won that one. Death Triangle versus the Young Bucks and Brandon Cutler. Death Triangle picked up the win there. We had Lance Archer versus Chandler Hopkins. Lance Archer picked up the win there. Nyla Rose versus Layla Hirsch. And Nyla Rose picked up the win there. Powerhouse Brian Cage. Ooh, there goes the bag. Brian House. Powerhouse Brian Cage. Yeah, oh my god. Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Powerhouse Hobbs and Brian Cage took on number 10 and Hangman Page. And 10 and Hangman Page won that. And then we had Evil Uno versus Miro for the TNT title. And Miro took that one. That was my match of the that card. And the previous winner was my match of that one was Trey Miguel and Petey Williams versus Chris Bay and Rohit Raju. Now, get to the coverage of Against All Odds. We had Sami Callihan and Tommy Dreamer versus getting the win over the Good Brothers. We had Joe Doring picking up a win over Kojima. We had a no contest on the 5-way between Ace Austin, Chris Bay, Rohit Raju, Petey Williams, and Trey Miguel. W. Morrissey picked up a win over Rich Swann in a street fight. Tennille Dashwood picked up a win over Jordan Grace, retaining her knockout title. Fire and Flavor picked up the win over Susan and Kimber Lee, retaining their knockouts tag team titles. Violent by Design picking up the win over Decay. We had Tennille Dashwood is not the champion. I'm sorry, excuse me. It was Deonna Purrazzo picking up the win over Rosemary. She retained the Knockouts title. And then, of course, at Daly's Place, we had Kenny Omega versus Moose, and we had Kenny Omega picking up the win because of the Young Bucks, Generation Me, had interfered in that match. And then after that, Sami Callihan came out and took them guys out. And then he ended up getting fired from Impact. So, don't you think that's a bit of a conspiracy? Like a switchblade conspiracy? And the last thing here I wanted to cover was NXT in Your House. Another good event. Oh, yeah. For Against All Odds, my match of the night would be Rosemary versus Deonna Purrazzo. So, for NXT in Your House, we got MSK and Bronson Reed versus Legado del Fantasma and Raul Mendoza. winners take all the titles matches, and of course MSK and Bronson Reed picked up the win there. Then we had Xia Li taking on Mercedes Martinez. Xia Li picked up the win. Cameron Grimes versus LA Knight in a $1 million championship title match, ladder match. We had Cameron Grimes losing to LA Knight. LA Knight picked up the win there. Ember Moon versus Raquel Gonzalez. Raquel picked up the win there, retained her title. And then we had the Fatal 5-Way versus... That was Johnny Gargano versus Pete Dunne versus Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole versus Karrion Kross. And Karrion Kross picked up the winner and retained. Pretty good in your house. My match of the card on that card there would have been the Cameron Grimes versus LA Knight ladder match for sure. And match of the week would have to go to Evil Uno versus Miro. Just good stuff there. I like that the most out of anything if I had to pick my match of the week. And at about 20 minutes, I'd have to call that a week. And I'll catch you guys next time. Some wrestling news, maybe some pickups, some stuff like that. Father's Day is coming up. I'm going to go get my dad something for Father's Day, and so I might have a pickup there then. So with that being said, with peace and love, I'll catch you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Right, yeah, right. Don't do it. Maybe do it. I don't know. Whatever. I guess you're supposed to say that when you make these videos, so I do. I did. Say it. Goodbye.